But yeah, this is Martini Guy. So he's one of the biggest crypto people on Twitter. He's got 483.6. Very positive words. So he said HEX is growing. It has outlasted 5 major banks. Congratulations, Hexicans. So you alluded to you think he owns HEX? I'd say why wouldn't he?
I don't know. I'm watching him since day one, really, since he came on the scene. So, and I know he's always been observant of Richard Hart for all this time. So I wouldn't be surprised. But it's great to see. It's great to see.
Yeah. So salute to Martini Guy.
And I think he said on one of BitBoy's shows where he was a guest that he met. I think he said he met someone in the Swiss Alps mountain climbing, and he invested a couple of hundred and made 30,000 from it, or was it a couple of thousand and made 30 million from it, or somebody like he has heard of somebody that he knows about the HEX success story of that crazy run up. So that's what probably prompted him as well to pay more attention to what's going on.
Yeah,
we can only assume, but it's nice to see for sure.
Yeah, Martini Guy, and hopefully BitBoy will jump on board. Do you have like a take on why he's being neutral when he's saying privately? I mean, you saw the crypto Audi,
like BitBoy, you mean?
Yeah, because you mentioned BitBoy, and BitBoy is on Crypto Audi, and he's saying we're adding coins to our portfolio. We would have never thought we would add to our portfolio in response to our Hexkin. And then he gets on his show and speaks the other way. I mean, that doesn't really say such good things about
I don't like him. Never have. I think it was great that Corey got really close touch with him. He was able to stream, and he came onto his channel, which again is great for our outreach to the broader crypto community. But for me also, integrity is very important. And when you say one thing, then you go to the weekend concert together with Richard Hart, where they had like a lounge, but then like still not acknowledge the success that we clearly have had. I mean, we're outperforming everything out there. Like the numbers are, we don't even need to, the numbers are on our side. So it's clear as day that this is working. So I don't get it after all this time that he's still not behind the idea. So yeah.
So I think
I'm not a fan.
No, I agree with you. I think a lot of it's financial conflict of interest, and then there's also that like their audience conflict of interest, like their audience have a negative view on them. So
yeah,
often the influencer is influenced by the audience more.
It's political, maybe with the SEC stuff that we unfortunately have had, and maybe he just don't want to, because that could jeopardize his business. Maybe he don't want to openly be tangled to HEX, but is maybe behind closed doors. I have no idea.
Well, I could even empathize with him because the SEC is going after HEX because they think the influencers are taking money, and he might not have taken money from HEX, but he already is in maybe not the best position. You know what I mean? So maybe we could give him the benefit of the doubt. He loves HEX. He loves Richard Hart. He's just a little nervous. But I guess next up is let's get to Ivan, because we already touched on Ivan. Ivan, I like this particular one a lot because
being scammed to the upside.
Because he started to sound like the people on Discord Syndicate Wake Up HEX. Like he's starting to talk like them. He's starting to promote things. And this is not, someone like myself tweeting this, or like you, or like Wales Only. This is Ivan on Tech. This is 405,000. Probably one of the biggest, and if not the biggest, he's not the biggest YouTube channel, even though he's huge. He's probably the most well-respected as being a developer, being someone who's brilliant. And he's talking favorably. And I think that's showing a lot of influencers that like, a lot of them are worried that their audience might be upset, but Ivan's talking about it and everything's okay. Their audience isn't leaving them. He's more beloved than ever. So I think a lot of people are starting to warm up to the idea that they could even talk about it, if not talk about it favorably. But yeah, I think it's a very significant historical moment for HEX.
Yeah,
but,
it adds legitimacy to it. Again, with him for years, I'm also watching him since he became big in 2017 when he started, and he was shilling all kinds of projects, and he was always promoting the Bybit referral link to get people into trading. And you could argue that he made money out of other people getting wrecked. So that's why, it's not 100% all love, like from me personally. I'm always a bit like, I know what you did last summer kind of a thing. But then, I had this discussion with funding Jim Gary, and he firmly believes that all of these feelings I might have or sentiments or whatever, that doesn't matter because it's bigger picture and we need to move forward and whatever people.
Yeah, he got mad at me for going at it with Simon Dixon. I don't know if you're aware of that.
Yeah. I saw bits of that. Yeah. Oh, okay. So yeah, Gary then, because he's trying to promote. Also,
I told him I'm sorry. I apologize. He's like, then can you apologize on Twitter? I'm like, I can't. I'm blocked.
But that's maybe where I'm a bit like controversial. I'm not Gary, so I'm like, I remember things, and it's like this. That's also how I do business. Fool me once, okay, but it will for sure not happen a second time. So I have a very strict belief system. What is correct and incorrect behavior when it comes to business. So that's why I'm like, yeah, this is, some part of me wants to say, yeah, this is nice, but I'm not 100% convinced either. But he has been streaming with Richard a lot. I think they probably are friends, so we shouldn't be like too harsh with Ivan about whatever was in the past, and look forward. Definitely, but it can only, as you say, he's the biggest guy in crypto, so it can only help our popularity, and maybe that is more important.
Yeah, I think I have to agree with Funding Jim on that, because no, and I used to be like thinking like you, but it's like if we're gonna be hostile to these big influencers, then it's gonna be a very uphill battle, because
we shouldn't be hostile, but we also shouldn't be like blindly trusting. That's all I'm saying. No, we shouldn't be hostile.
No, I agree with that. I agree with what you're saying, because like, no, there are a lot of people, though, not what you're saying, but there are a lot of people that like are saying like, oh, like screw them kind of thing. And it's like, you have to, people don't understand how the real world works. It's like these people, they're there and they could be more taking the CZ approach, and they're not. So there has to be maybe some being grateful. I know they shilled, I don't know about Ivan. I know they shilled like Celsius and Luna and a lot of other bad things, but like, I mean, if you can't deal with people that were involved in that, then you're only dealing with Mexicans.
We have Trevon James, who is the big Connect guy.
It's true.
He redeemed himself.
Yeah.